The Pinewood Derby, where young boys are taught to use power tools at the ripe age of 6. For those who don't know, the Pinewood Derby is a Cub Scout event where children between the ages of 6 and 10 are given a block of wood, nails, and wheels to make their own little unpowered car. These races are some of my earliest memories of being a Cub Scout. Look at that little guy. Eyes still full of light and joy. Give it time, kid. Give it time. Now, the Pinewood Derby is supposed to be like a father-son bonding experience. Dads showing their sons woodworking skills. But in reality, it's just an excuse for dads to make their own little projects. Look at that! That's a friggin' candy bar! Ain't no 10-year-old making that! Is that even track legal? Is that a banana? As for me, my first car was a glorified door stopper. My dad didn't really care about helping make it. Okay, you're going to keep your hands steady, or else you might get a little bit of kickback. So, I ended up with a sloped piece of wood with some washers and a piece of lead, hot glue to it to add some weight. I don't even think we painted it. But it was still good enough to drive. So it was off to the races. And in the end, that unholy abomination had won a trophy. The trophy was called Most Fuel Efficient, which was just a nice way to say, you had the slowest car out there, kid. Sorrow had filled me, but I was going to be back. Better, faster, greater than any of them could imagine. 1 year later, I was back, ready to shoot for the top. I spent hours, days, weeks even, watching research from a past NASA engineer. I learned I could apply crushed pencil lead into the axle to lessen the friction. I didn't understand, but I did understand. Graphite meant it would go fast. So I had the game plan. I would cut the wood as slim as I could without breaking rules for minimum air resistance. Then, with the help of my dad, melt down BBs into a mold to add weight to help it go down faster. Finally, I crushed some pencil lead and packed as much as I could into wherever the axle went. My dad even sanded down the axles for even less friction. Slapped some green paint on that thing and the turd was born. This was my greatest creation. The day I waited all year for finally arrived. I watched the turd mount onto the track and I'd failed? This time I had gotten no trophy. All my hard work resulted in nothing. The following years resulted in the same. Nothing. At the time, it felt like the Pinewood Derby was just something to get my childish hopes up for a month. Just to get crushed. But looking back now, maybe the Pinewood Derby wasn't about the trophies or getting first place, but it was the memories and bonds made between father and son. Or it could just be for middle-aged men to show off how good they are at using wood.